Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders, while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
What makes a life a good one? Is it the adventure you have? Or the friends you find along the way? Maybe it's pursuing your passion while striving to protect, defend, and save what you believe in every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? In the Coast Guard, we think it's all of the above and more, but you'll have to find out for yourself. Visit gocoastguard.com to learn more.
Hello, welcome. Let's chat. It's hard. You want to talk? I know, that's disappointing. Sit back. Let's work this out. How's it going? What are we doing here? Where are you going? Hey there. Wow. It's not always easy. It's amazing if you think about it. Let's think about this. Strange. I have some thoughts about that. Life is hard. Trauma bonded.
Hey, Lane. I heard you were coming to join us at our university this semester. Have you been looking at housing? We're really excited to have you in town.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Am I staying yours or what?
Oh, well, I was calling to let you know that we had a roommate just move out. I'm not really sure the reason why exactly, but there is an open room now in this great house, uh, and it's all yours if you want it.
Oh my God, that's awesome actually.
You have such good energy. I think you're gonna make all the difference. Like, I really think you will bring like a positivity to the house
Oh,
that Rebecca, she didn't really bring it.
well, you never really liked Rebecca, right?
Yeah, yeah. She,
It's kind of a downer.
yeah.
I get it. No, I'll bring the party for sure.
Turns out she's really easily hauntable. I mean, who would have guessed that one, right?
Huntable.
Have you ever been haunted? Are you, would you say easily hauntable?
So what do you mean?
Just a like a regular run-of-the-mill demon entity?
A demon?
No? Well, I mean, but I bet if you were around a demon, your positive vibes, but let's just say like a demon in quotes, like let's just say you were around a demon, your positive vibes would like help like exorcise it, let's say, from a house that you
Like
might live in.
exercise or like exercise?
Oh, with an O, exorcise. Like if we had to get rid of a demon, I was just saying this the other day to my boyfriend, like if I needed someone to get rid of a demon, I would pick Lane. And then we talked about you moving in to this house, and they're not really related.
Um,
So do you want it? Do you want the room?
I mean,
Okay, it's yours. Okay, see you soon. Welcome to Trauma Bonded. I'm Elly Westberg here with Therese Garcia,
Hello.
and today we're discussing on this Halloween. This is actually happening episode 296. What if you are haunted by the living and the dead? A little synopsis. Our anonymous storyteller is a surprise baby who is treated like a princess by her family, but is then bullied horribly in school. She threatens to fight her bullies and she becomes feared and uses her power to protect others. In college, in college, sorry, we're learning French, y'all. In college, university, she's chosen by Jack, and he turns out to be a real dirtbag, boldly and publicly manhandling her and violently abusing her. She finally leaves him after he attempts to kidnap her. Not wanting to be alone, she moves into what turns out to be a haunted house with her friends. The demon there preys upon her fears and emotionally and physically harms all of them. They are all witness to the haunting, which eventually causes them to leave. She battles PTSD for years, but comes out fearless on the other side. And full disclosure, I'm the showrunner for This Is Actually Happening, and I have the privilege to vet stories and conduct pre-interviews before they go to Whit for the final interview, and T knows nothing about anything. She comes in fresh. This show, Trauma/Bonded, is for the listeners, a space where we can talk about each episode, digest it, and reflect on it with empathy and also a bit of levity. That's Trauma Bonded. T, what stuck out to you is the heart of Anonymous's story.
So, I've been doing this one word thing.
Yeah.
This one's a bit on the nose. I'm just going to say it.
Ooh.
Oh, is that a good thing? What does on the nose mean?
Just maybe kind of obvious.
Okay, good. Yeah. The heart of this story,
And the word.
in one word for me, is spirit, right?
Yeah. No, I got that.
A little on the nose.
No.
Right? Because,
No.
there's an entity in the house, a demon, obviously a spirit. She's got a connection to the supernatural, right? Spirit.
Sure.
But then also, when all the bullies and Jack, right, always trying to diminish her spirit, weaken her, right, make her feel awful.
And she's like, we've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you?
That wasn't one of my examples. But yeah, and then finally, her strength, both to face the bullies, to protect others, and then finally being this fearless person she is at the end.
Yeah.
This strong spirit she has.
She's got spirit.
She's got spirit.
It's good.
Spirit week.
Spirit week, every week. No, that's really good. I don't think it's too on the nose. I think it works on many levels. I won't lie, I had a tough time with this one.
It's tough.
I had a bit of trouble. And I'm not even sure that this is a good heart or not. But what I keep coming back to is the word manhandled. Like she's brutally, physically terrorized in school. And then multiple times by Jack. And then also by this demon in her house. And I just kept screaming in my head, get your damn hands off of her. The grabbing and the dragging and the pushing and the hitting and the squeezing.
Always from behind.
And it's
it
always
feels like unexpected.
Unexpected, yeah. Sneaks up on her. And it's all ways that we treat something small and sort of unyielding. And it just made me mad thinking about these people or entities trying to stamp out her power and make her yield. Or another way you could put it, tried to diminish her spirit. So again. But is it me, or did it feel like this story felt really physical compared to other ones that we've heard?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
just constant.
It was constant.
Yeah.
It was violent,
Okay, so this isn't at the top of the episode chronologically, but it's something that I probably thought about the most when it came to her episode.
Let's just talk about it. Let's be organic,
Okay, so they live in this haunted house that by all indications in their research has a demon inhabiting it. And it seems that when they were shown the house, there was a knowledge. Well, first, the realtor sort of kept the file hidden.
That was weird.
Was she seeing if they were easily flappable or something? She was hiding the file as if she knew. And then when they did the walkthrough, it seemed as if the owners knew. So anyway, so they move into this house. And of course, they're haunted terribly. And they move out of the house. So what happens then to the house? So the house is just sitting there haunted, and I double checked with Whit. I said, was there a part of the episode cut out where she explained what they did to sort of like try to prevent this from happening to someone else? And he was like,
Yeah.
no, we didn't really talk about that. So,
So it could
but this is the
happen.
thing. Whenever I watch like a haunted house sort of movie, I always think about this first and foremost. Like, you've had this terrible experience, many experiences at a home. So then when you get out, you just walk away and you're not like,
Hey,
I don't know, putting out a Craigslist post or something like, hey, the
just
house
so
at
you
200
know.
Main Street, totally haunted. Like, so new people moved into this haunted house. Where is this house? Is it possible that I might rent this house one day? I just hate the idea that it's like, what the hell? We made it out. Now it's someone else's problem. So I did look up to see if there's like a haunting website for renters. And there is a place called diedinhouse.com.
Uh-huh.
And each diedinhouse.com report includes deaths that occurred at the address, whether murder, suicide, accidental or natural, any meth activity, including labs, dump sites, or
Oh,
chemical and
fun.
glassware, fire-related incidents occurring at the address, names associated to the address, sex offender registry, and then just your regular property information. I have no idea how much it costs. I have no idea like how good it is, but
Oh, you
it
didn't go
feels like
in.
if people are just being haunted and vacating houses and no one's talking about it, it feels like any of us could accidentally move into one of these homes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought the realtors or whoever are obligated to tell you if there's a death in the home.
Well,
Like
but
it's
what if
legal.
I
There's a
don't know if that
legal.
is part of it.
I thought I really feel that they're supposed to tell you that.
Like when you bought your house, well, like your first house that you bought was brand new construction, right?
Yeah,
So
so
you
no one
probably assumed it was
died.
safe. What about the house you're in now? Like,
I don't think anyone died here either. I've thought about it
but like,
for both. I think
do
about
you
that a
know if that
lot,
was,
all the horror movies I've watched.
yeah.
But that's why I think I feel like I know they're legally obligated to tell you if somebody has died in the house.
But what if there wasn't a death per se? What if it's
Well,
just,
if there wasn't a death, then that's different. I'm just saying
what if there's
specifically
like
for that.
documented haunting?
With no death?
That's just
What
hard to
what's with the
prove.
haunting? What's with the haunting?
And
Why would it be haunted if there's no death? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, maybe it came in via a doll like Annabelle and it just like escaped the doll and now it's like stuck in your walls. I don't know how haunting works. That's not my job. But all I know is she even says in the episode, let's not tell anyone. I
That
think
doesn't
it's
seem
terrible.
right. We gotta tell people. So I did some research myself.
Oh, okay.
By Kent State University, right?
Oh,
A
you like found
haunted
the
house.
address. You're
Well, I
good. You're a
have
good
an
researcher.
idea of what street it's on. There are a couple on the
Shut up.
street, and there were pictures of stairs, and they did say it was haunted. It was a white house.
Shut up.
I forget the address now. It's like 200 something
Shut
Chestnut
up.
Street. Chestnut Street.
It's a little white house
Yeah.
and people are saying it's
And
haunted.
yeah.
Oh my
And this
God.
was very light. This was light
Like a light
research.
haunting.
No, light
Oh, like
research on my part because I started to get a little bit freaked out and get scared. I don't know why it matters if I'm searching on the internet, but you never know if it goes through
yeah, might accidentally jump
the
out at you.
World Wide Web, you
You're
don't know.
you're looking at a picture and it's in
It's
a
like, well,
window and it
bam.
jumps out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Well, since we're talking about it, T, I mean, I think we're both pretty pragmatic people.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to ask you,
Yeah.
T,
Yes.
was the house haunted? Was it inhabited by a demon spirit that was haunting her and her friends?
There's
that
a
what happened?
lot. There's a lot here. I'm a firm believer there's something else out there that we don't see. I'm not over here thinking we know everything, we see everything. There's other things happening,
Okay.
maybe somewhere else. But I'm also thinking there's also, a lot of psychological things. You can convince yourself of stuff, But I might, there's so many people involved and who could see it
A lot of witnesses.
happening, lots of witnesses, and I'm not gonna risk it. Like, I'm not so like, there's definitely not a ghost there that I'm gonna go inside this haunted house and be like, see? No, I'm not that convinced. I would say I'd believe it enough to not walk into that house.
Yeah. Well, and every example she gives is very believable, and I watch a lot of horror movies, and these things seem to be consistent, it makes you wonder, like, are these things consistent because it's the horror trope, or are they consistent because these are consistent with people's actual experiences, right? Like, the change in temperature.
Yep.
On The Conjuring, there's a smell of rotten meat, and they hear a tapping in threes all night, which is meant to be mocking the Trinity. There's a
God.
scene where all the pictures fall off the wall at once. These are like pretty consistent tropes. I believe them. Amityville Horror.
Oh yeah, that was hella scary.
Oh,
I talked to you
scary.
about that the other night. We were almost going to watch a horror movie,
yeah.
but then you passed out. But like, I was thinking about Amityville Horror, but that
It's fucking
one,
scary.
yeah, I watched
The
that when I was
Conjuring.
young.
All of the Conjuring movies are really good and really scary. Highly recommend. Let's switch gears a little bit. Why do you think she was bullied so bad in school?
I didn't think about that.
I believe her.
Oh,
But
what do you mean? You don't
I
believe
believe
her?
her. No, I believe her.
But why are
But
you even
sometimes,
questioning if you do believe her? Why
no,
you don't
I'm not.
believe her?
Well, just sometimes, after other parts of the story are revealed, it kind of maybe might not line up with someone that was actually bullied. No, but I do believe her. Here's what.
Wow. I'm just saying.
Well, maybe she blossoms later or something. I don't know. She never really says like how she started to be called dog, and how even when she gets barked at again, it's said that she looks really good, but let's not forget she's still a dog. And then she refers to like she has a high school boyfriend who's also a jock, which really doesn't track with someone that's been bullied. She's a lifeguard during the summers, which also maybe seems like a hot girl summer kind of job.
Okay, so
She's got a hot
let's
older
talk
sister.
about this. I feel like, do you feel like maybe you were
believe her.
bullied? You were bullied and you didn't have a high school boyfriend or something,
just
and you
saying
weren't a lifeguard? That
all these
maybe.
things sort of go together.
I'm just wondering, were you bullied when you were younger?
Yes.
Ah, did you have a boyfriend in high school?
No.
Were you a lifeguard?
Well, okay. I had.
Okay, I'm just asking because I'm wondering if
I'm not saying that people can't like evolve and change, and maybe you have a big glow up summer or something like that, or some people just think of you one way, but other people think of you a different way. I'm not saying that her perception of it was false. I am saying I believe her. I'm just saying it seems a little
well, the
suspect.
fact that you're saying I believe her makes it feel like you don't believe her. Second of all,
Wow.
why were you bullied?
I'm not going to say.
Well, that's what I'm
Here's what I
saying.
think happened. She mentioned that she was like, this special birth, right?
Yes.
And as a result, she was sort of spoiled and treated like a princess
Oh
at
my
home.
God. I don't know if I like where this is going.
I'm
Go
just saying
ahead. Keep going.
it makes the story more plausible to me if I can imagine her starting school with these same group of kids that she's going to end up growing up with, but starting school really young as a 4 or 5-year-old and just being a little spoiled princess brat. What can I not say? She said
Of course.
it.
She did not say spoiled princess brat. She said at
She says,
home they treated her like a princess.
and I'm saying you learn social cues when you're out and about in the world, and maybe the kids just quickly picked up on her attitude, and instead of them accepting her as she grew, kids are just mean like that. They just keep reminding you of how they know you, and you're not allowed to really change and evolve as a kid. And I'm just saying, that in that way, if when I think of it that way, then her story makes more sense to me. Especially when you've grown up with the same kids like your whole life. Like once they have a perception of you, it's like that's who you are. It's very, very hard to change in that sort of microcosm.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this controversial, what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it's a little controversial. Not the bullying piece, but like not believing what a storyteller is sharing.
I think I'm saying out loud what other people might be thinking. I think. Come at us on Instagram.
Yeah, come at us. Come at us.
I will say this is she definitely got this spot on. I know this for a fact. It is categorically true that the thing about bullies, if they say they want to fight or they want to kick your ass or meet them after school, whatever, if you stand up for yourself, even a little bit, even a weak stand up, they will be scared right off. That is absolutely true. 100%.
I'm so I feel like we're talking about you right now, and now I want to know this
People don't
whole
want to know about me.
conversation.
And then I think it's really lovely that she used her power for good. So
I love that. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
do love that.
anti-anonymous. I'm just like thinking about her story, okay?
Of course, no, it's good to question things, I guess. But I'm just saying, what you were putting out there, I was getting a lot of energy that it was a little bit also influenced by your own experience, possibly.
Yeah, possibly. For sure.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Let's talk about her gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so she's a kid. She saved this little girl in the car, whatever. Oh, you have a gift. How come
Some
we
of
never
us
hear about
have that. Well, okay, thank you. Because I wish the gift
Where's the gift? Where'd the gift
worked
go?
throughout all of the things. Like with Jack coming
Yeah,
up,
Jack just shows up in her life. You think she would, tap into a bit of this gift?
or like
Should
he
we move into
comes and
this
like
house?
grabs her from behind,
Yeah,
like maybe use the gift.
she didn't know that was coming. A lot of stuff's happened from behind. She's not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking too. Like let's use it.
She's
Uh,
in the house. The gift misses with going into the house. Two, the gift misses getting out of the
Well,
house or
there
getting
might be
rid of the.
nuances to the gift. Like it's like we don't know exactly because she doesn't explain it too much. I mean, it's not that she's like can tell the future,
Oh, there are rules around the gift.
but there might be nuances, right? That like I
Um,
don't know. But if the way we're thinking about it, it would have worked to get her out of a lot of these stresses, I think.
we just never hear about the gift
We
again.
never hear it again, except for the fact that she is, in fact, a psychic and medium here later on.
Do you think so she talks about being a goth in college. Do you think that's what like draws Jack toward her? Like I don't know. I think you see someone that's goth and you automatically sort of bestow certain attributes onto them. And he sees her and thinks, oh, she must be depressed, low self esteem, basically easy to mold into the person I want or easy to push my way into her life without much fight.
Is that what you think goth is?
Well, it's a look.
Yeah. He's drawn to her. I don't know why I'm coming at you today,
Let's talk about this.
but I like it. It's fun for me.
Let's talk about Jack. I can come for Jack, right?
Let's go for Jack.
Yeah. This is a section I'm calling what in the Brock Turner shit is this?
Wow. Yeah. Good for you.
This little bastard and his stupid fucking family and the people they pay.
Oh, you're talking about Brock. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack.
And Jack. Yeah.
He's got his record sealed. Okay, explain me this. He's got his record sealed because he was a juvenile when he busted teeth out of his girlfriend's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of putting a big neon sign over his head that says, watch out for this asshole, they seal the records to protect him. I'll never understand this ever, ever, ever. It's sending the message to the kid that he can get away with it, right? It's not transforming him. It's not changing the behavior. It's clear that maybe he's got some pull, that he's, quote unquote, has a lot of potential. We don't want to put little Brocky boy behind prison because he's got a lot of potential. It's clear that he hasn't learned from this teeth removing incident because he has this like boldness and bravado when it comes to the way he treats her in public, in front of people,
and her friends in public,
and her friend. He attempts a kidnapping in broad daylight in front of a lot of people. And then, of course, she gets fucked at court because his scummy family hires a scummy lawyer. And right? He's most likely stolen her mail. And what is the repercussion to that?
None.
Zero. $250 fine. What kind of fucking fucked up Brock Turner shit is this?
It's exactly that.
Brock Turner piece of shit. What? This is a segment I'm calling "What in the Brock Turner is going on?"
No, it's good.
That made me really fucking mad.
That's very true. No, it's for sure.
Too many people protecting this kid, and he's gonna kill somebody.
Where is he now?
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully in prison. Or getting some help.
No, he's probably the CEO.
On a boat. So crazy thinking about that room when she got pulled out of that art studio. You know, I went to art school and we're always all in a studio with our headphones.
Yeah. Like that really resonated with you.
Well, I'm just like, how are you not aware of... There's probably like 20 people in the room. It's not even everyone had headphones in. It's like some of them had just radios out. And I just I was like, what? Like not one person notices. Thank goodness for the teacher.
Well, the teacher did, yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying to picture it.
I picture it like in 6 Feet Under, like at Claire's art school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you probably picture it at your own art school.
I did picture it at my own art school.
You know, and this is toward the end of the episode, she's talking about how she's, you know, because of this experience with Jack and because of the spirit experience with the demon, you know, she's always worried that she's going to be grabbed from behind, manhandled. And this fear is what the demon feeds on, right? Like
I was like excited about it.
She feeling the energy there. It's physically near her. And she does say, what's worse, being stalked by the seen or the unseen? What do you think?
They both really are the worst, aren't they? For different reasons, maybe. Maybe the unseen, because Usually with the scene, eventually, hopefully people believe you, but the unseen,
Yeah.
no one's going to believe. And then you can't like tell the authorities and have them.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like a really hard case to prove.
Yeah.
And I think, too, you'd probably second guess yourself a lot.
Which she probably did.
Did I really feel that? Did I really sense that? Did that really happen?
Like maybe I tripped. Maybe it wasn't that I
Right.
got pulled.
Right. Maybe I pulled myself. So she experiences all these things. Her parents' reaction is just deal with it.
And see,
Lovely.
that's the whole thing. Like, yeah. Stop drinking so much. You
Right,
know,
right.
like.
She calls churches, she calls exorcists. No one gets back to her because even these people who claim it is all real, they don't believe it's actually happening either.
No one's going to actually believe it.
So her solution, holy water,
Oh, yeah. Holy water.
an icon.
What's that icon?
What is that icon? I
Is it
think it's Jesus on the
cross?
cross.
Yeah, Jesus on the
It's
cross.
got
I
to be
was
Jesus
thinking
on the
too.
cross. Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting. She just said icon. And I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
on the cross. You
Jesus
mean?
on the cross. Spouting the Lord's Prayer out all over the place. It's time to leave. Again, let's not tell anyone. And then I wrote, well, it didn't follow her, so I guess that's someone else's problem now.
Well, she should probably tell someone.
But
What
again,
happens though if they? I was thinking, let's just like,
who are you gonna tell?
I don't know, but let's smash up the house. Like, let's
Bulldoze the house.
bulldoze.
But they ain't gonna bulldoze it. They're just gonna hide it for the next people. This is a little
And
like
then people have
ruse
to
they've got
break
going on.
lease. You have to break your lease, and you have to pay 2 times rent. You never get back your security deposit. You're making bank, even if people aren't living in it for like 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
You're
You got the
making
lock on the
bank.
door. What are you upset about? There's a lock on your door.
Yeah, it's a padlock. It's like, why is there a padlock here? Is
I
that
had thoughts about
weird?
that too. Like, is there a key just with it? Like, is
I
it
know,
like a
that's what I was
combination lock?
wondering. Yeah, and do you know the combination?
I mean,
What's going on? First day, I mean, the way she described the whole tour of the house. Yeah, it's fine. No, don't worry about the basement.
dude, I wanted to ask you about this. Can you imagine renting a house and not having seen the basement?
I was convinced there's like somebody down there, first of all.
Like a frogger?
What?
PHROGGING, frogging, when people like live in your house
Oh,
and
God.
you don't know
Oh,
it.
yeah. That's what I thought, too. I thought somebody was frogging,
Yeah.
like maybe in the wall. That happens,
'cause-
like behind your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, it makes you go insane. It can like really ruin your relationships because there's all these accusations like, why did you move my jelly beans? And I'm like, I didn't touch your jelly beans. And like, someone touched my jelly
Wow.
beans.
Oh, my God. Awful.
But honestly, okay, put yourself in the mind of a 21-year-old. You're in college. You're renting a house with your friends. The house seems great except for you can't go in the basement. Are you renting the house? Or you just go, okay, well, we'll just see the basement when we get in there and it'll be fine.
They were excited. I would want to see it.
I can't imagine not seeing it.
I'd have to say, well, they did go down, didn't they? And like there was like a quick kind of a look. Like I want to go into the nooks and crannies, make sure we're good to go. I'm just seeing these stairs and like I'd want to know it's down there.
Yeah. Like my sister has rented some older homes in historic old neighborhoods in her town and with some pretty whack basements. And whenever I see one, I'm legitimately surprised that she signed a lease with that basement. And Sarah, I know you're listening and I love you, but you got some basement issues with your rentals.
Well, I'm wondering, has Sarah not seen any horror movies? Or is she not a fan as much? I was
No,
wondering
she'll
about her, like Anonymous too. Like, I think all my fears about the basement are based on horror movies I've seen, and I must look and
I think
decide.
I think mine is more practical than that. It's more like this is space that I am entitled to, and I want it to be something that I can actually use, as opposed to like just this like walled off part of a house that I pay for that I can't have access to because it's weird and gross and maybe haunted. Like that's bullshit. If you know, I should be
Right,
able to use
right.
my basement.
You could use it as a studio or something.
Yeah,
But
something.
for me, it's like I need to know that I'm not scared of it down there.
Well, yeah, for sure.
What's
That's
a
all I got.
symbol? What's a symbol, you think?
Oh, like a Blair Witchy kind of thing.
I don't know. I like
She
the
said it
like
wasn't a pentagram, like a rock,
yeah.
like a
What is the symbol? Again, when I did my research to look at houses, I was hoping to see
basement
basements.
symbols.
But like I was like, oh no, it's like Zillow. They're not gonna show you like the basement the basement
But here's
symbol.
some ancient symbols in this great fixer-upper on
Yeah.
Chestnut.
All good.
It's a great Halloween house if you're into the spooky holidays.
Fun. Enjoy your stay.
Do with it what you will. Maybe light some candles and make it some fun out of it. Yeah, I have no idea what the symbols could be. It's probably like, yeah, some Blair Witch shit.
Yeah.
Remember the Blair Witch icons?
Oh yeah.
Like twigs and bunches and
Twigs.
shit,
Yeah.
but they were like in little weird shapes. Anyways,
And she
that's
was
all I
like,
got.
I feel but she was like, I feel this the symbol made you feel like unwell and unsafe. And I was like, let's get out now.
Yeah, wouldn't you leave at that moment?
Now's the time. Right?
It should have never gotten to that point.
Even
You're not
yeah,
going
I
to show me
mean,
the basement? I'm going to see the basement. What is that symbol? I feel unwell. Next house, please.
yeah. Exactly then. But there are so many parts. Like even and then you see it and you're like, let's go. Let's not. And then you
Yeah.
get pulled by your ankles. Now's the time to go then.
You stick your arm into
Into
something.
something. And what's that feel like?
A woman's body presses up against you.
Yeah, all these moments. I'm
You
like,
see a
now,
woman's jaw
how about
unhinge and
now?
scream like a
Still
devil.
not, but
Still
still
not.
not. I mean, I'm already like, even the thought of it, like, I can't imagine even sleeping in that house. How can
No,
you
no, not a
sleep?
wink. Not a wink.
Ever. Talk about going
Never.
insane.
Never.
Never, right?
Never. Ever.
Indentations in my bed. That no, I'm not going to be like snoring the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, and they all saw it. You can't tell me these kids are so poor, they can't get their shit together enough to break the
Dude,
lease and get
I'll
the fuck
sleep
out of
in
here.
Adam's room, Adam's studio apartment for a year
Yeah.
and throw
Yeah.
him all the rent money. We'll
Yeah.
all have whatever. I mean, Rebecca goes into her room and never comes out.
It never comes out.
Lane goes into the
Poor
room
Lane.
and never comes. I mean,
Lane, her poor bubbly friend Lane can't stop it, and now she's like been
getting
harmed
beat by
by it.
her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And that too, like Rebecca and Lane. And they're like, we couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. We knocked on the door and then she wouldn't open it. So that was it. Is there something else to do? I had a couple options. Police, call the parents, make the effort. Like, if someone just goes into the room, never comes out? They're not eating, what's happened? Never comes out?
Well, I guess she's different now. Let's go. Let's not tell anyone.
Gotta go to
I don't know.
class.
It's I don't know. I'm not trying to indict the storyteller, but
Sorry.
It all seems very passive.
A little. Like now, I think this is go time, you know?
Or maybe it's like looking back, it's all quite clear, but when you're in the midst of it, it's easy to lie to yourself and sort of compartmentalize just to survive, just to get on one day to the next. But then when you look back on it and you go, I can't believe I did that. I mean, we've all been in
Yeah.
situations where we've done that.
Yeah.
When you're in the midst of it, it doesn't seem so dire. But anyone looking in would say it was. And anytime you look back at it and you're like, am I that person that did that, that went through that and never like saved myself? I think that's what it ultimately is. I do that with myself all the time. It usually
Yeah.
is pertaining to relationships, but I mean, I could see doing that with a house as well, or a job,
Yeah.
or
Or like your friend, yeah, is changing and they don't want to hang out with you and they're kind of mean about it
yeah,
now. You know, when you're like, I thought we were buds, but I actually only have known you for a year
yeah,
and you're kind of crazy anyway. Fine.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, the unhinged jaw, the pulled by the ankles, all there are moments where I would have just lost my shit
yeah.
and left. And she could have just left. She could have just gone and hung out with Adam at their house, at his house,
I
instead
mean,
of
it was
hers.
sweet, like how, I mean, some of the sweeter parts of the story that we haven't mentioned was, how her friends really bandied around her to keep her safe from
That's
Jack.
true. Yeah.
And then it seems like they also really did that again when it came to this haunting, staying, Adam seems like a stand-up guy that he would welcome her and her roommates there, them all sleeping in a bed together. Like it's all very like it points to really sweet, kind, caring relationships, friendships, and that's really nice.
That is nice. But I still would like to know, like, well, I'm like, where's Rebecca now? Where's Lane now?
Yeah, where are they now?
Are they okay?
Are they resentful?
Are they past
Hey
it? Sounds like they don't
Lane,
want to talk about it.
hey Lane, come move into Rebecca's old room. I would sit out on that resentment for decades.
It's like, did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Yeah, answer the
It's like,
question.
well, I got pulled by the ankles and I touched it and it pressed up against me. But no, I didn't.
I didn't
So I was
know.
like, I didn't know, no.
Um, yeah, what do you have any other sections? Those are my big hot topics.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't even matter, really.
What?
I mean, we were on AOL Instant Messenger for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. No, that's all I had.
What was your AOL Instant Messenger name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
What was yours?
PC Load Letter 14.
PC
Load Letter,
Load Letter?
which is a reference to Office Space. The guy that is like into he's trying to get the fax machine to work, and he's like, he gets an error and he says PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean?
Wow.
And then later on, my AIM name was Don't Shoot Yoko, because I was the manager of my husband's band, and they were called Don't Shoot I'm With God. And the Yoko Ono reference is obvious because Yoko, pretty much broke up the Beatles. I mean, according to some. So it was Don't Shoot Yoko.
Wow. Very creative names.
I know, really good names.
Mm-hmm.
God, I miss those days when you could just be creative with an AIM. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of Trauma Bonded. You can find our show where podcasts are kept. If you like us, please rate and review us on Apple or other places, or reach out to us on Instagram. Thanks to Anonymous for sharing their story and giving us the opportunity to talk about it. And thanks to This Is Actually Happening team, including Whit, Missildine, and Andrew Waits, and the maker of our music and website, Nathaniel Trimboli. Thanks to Cathy Sitzes for editing this episode, and to Katie Capel for building those blasted Instagram posts. You can contact us at traumabondedpod@gmail.com and find us on Instagram at traumabondedpodofficial, or visit our website at traumabondedpod.com. As a reminder, we will have a bonus comments episode coming out on Halloween. I've heard it, T. It's edited. It's pretty good. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's short, y'all. Hopefully you like it.
It's quick.
October 31st, look for that. And then on November 7th, we will release our first storyteller follow-up. And we're going to reveal that it's from the anonymous mother of episode 128, What If Your Son Stabbed Your Daughter? So we'll have an update and conversation with her, and we're very excited to share that with y'all. We are trauma bonded to the story, to the storyteller, to the listeners, and to each other. Thanks for spending time with us today. Love you, T.
Love you, Elly.
Bye.
Good job. Hey, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Trauma Bonded.